Hi folks, how are you? In this video, I'm going to discuss with you how can we measure forecast variability or volatility over a period of time using a more efficient method called Bollinger Bands. Many times we see that our forecast accuracy is good enough, but we still struggle in our supply chain. One of the possible reasons could be variability in the forecast accuracy. So, as a good supply chain professional, it is very important for us to present right kind of metrics in a PSYOP meeting so that salespeople and supply chain people can work together in the right direction and focus on the right pain points to improve the overall supply chain. Okay, now let's get started on Bollinger Bands. In your screen, you are seeing this table. This contains forecast and the actual for last 25 periods. Okay, so this period could be week or could be month, depending on which time bucket do you use in the forecast model. Okay, so we're gonna calculate the forecast error on all these 25 periods. So for period 1, column E, you see the error for actual minus forecast, right? So if you want to convert into the error percentage, you can use the formula actual minus forecast divided by forecast times 100. So we did for all 25 periods the forecast error. And if you take a look, first few period, you see the forecast error is not too bad, right? If you take an average of first 5 periods, that's 11%, not too bad. If you show this data to the salespeople, they will be very happy to see this data. But the caveat here is, take a look. Forecast accuracy direction is all over the place. For example, first 2 period, you see the negative error. Next 4 period, you see the positive error. The negative error meaning that the forecast is higher than the actual customer orders or the shipments for those periods. So in these 2 periods, we are over forecasting. So if you drive your MPS by forecast, or in other words, if you have a build to forecast model, you will be over planning in the first 2 periods. And the next 2 periods, next 4 periods, you are under planning. You see? So when you send this number to the factory, they won't have confidence on your numbers. And you will be struggling in your supply chain and sitting with the inventory either in excess, or you will be facing some stockouts because of this variability in your supply chain. So it is very good idea to show the forecast variability as a matrix in your PSYOP meeting as well, so that salespeople understand what's going on. As I told you in the beginning, Bollinger Bands is one of the very good method that can be used to capture or measure or visualize the forecast error variability or volatility. So in order to calculate Bollinger Bands, you need two things. One is the moving average and second is the standard deviation. So I did the calculation for Bollinger Bands. Let me unhide it. Okay, so first you calculate the moving average. Okay, so you can take moving average for n number of periods, but you need to be very careful. The period should not be too big or too low. So I did for first 5 periods. So I calculated the moving average for the first 5 periods. Okay, it gave me 2.23, and I dropped down the formula for all 25 periods. Okay. The second thing is the standard deviation. You know this formula. I'm using the population standard deviation, and that's what you should be using as well. So once you're done with the standard deviation for all the periods, then you're going to calculate the upper band and the lower band using average plus 2 standard deviation. In the lower band, you're going to use average minus 2 standard deviation, the upper band and the lower band. Okay, so that's what I did here. See, average G9 is an average plus 2 standard deviation. Okay, and I drag this formula to all the 25 periods, and same for the lower band. So once we draw Bollinger Bands using these 4 parameters, let me show you in the other tab. It will look like this. Okay, you see in this screen, this yellow line, okay, is basically moving average, and the 2 red lines, the top one is a upper band and the lower one is a lower band, which you calculated using average plus 2 sigma and average minus 2 sigma. And this blue line is basically our forecast error percentage. Okay, so the more the difference between upper and lower band, meaning the more the gap between those two lines, upper and lower band, the more the volatility. Okay, if you see that in the beginning periods the gap was low and it's continually increasing, okay, over a period of time. And here after period 21, see the gap is too high, so meaning that volatility is increasing over a period of time. So once you show this data in your PSYOP calls, your management will understand what's going on. And even if the forecast accuracy is good, but volatility is bad, so that will be causing either material access or shortages when you send these kind of forecasts to your material folks. Okay. On the other hand, let's take a look another example where volatility is decreasing. Okay, so I put together this data, same 25 periods. Okay, I have actuals, I have forecasts. For previous 25 period, we had these many forecasts. Okay, and we had the actuals, meaning shipment plus the backlog for previous 25 periods. So once we calculate the error, first period is 10, convert into the percentage using the formula actual minus forecast divided by actual times 100. We did for all the periods. Okay, 25. Let's take a look how the volatility looks like. Let me unhide it. I did some calculations. So same thing, I calculated moving average using first 5 periods. Okay, and I drag this formula to all 25 periods. And also I calculated the standard deviation for all starting from period 5 through period 25. Okay, and same formula for upper band and the lower band, mu plus 2 standard deviation or mu plus 2 sigma, and for lower band mu or mean minus 2 sigma or 2 standard deviation for period 5 through period 25. Okay, once we convert this data into Bollinger Band, it will look like this. Okay, so same thing, upper band and lower band, 2 red lines. Okay, so basically this was mu plus 2 sigma and the lower band was mu minus 2 sigma, and this yellow line is basically moving average for 5 periods, previous 5 periods, and the blue line is your forecast error. So if you notice in this graph, in the first few periods the volatility was too high, the gap between upper and lower band is too high, and over a period of time is going down. Okay, so this shows that forecast error volatility is going down, and that's a good thing. So once you send these numbers to your materials team to drive the material, they will see that we are improving our forecast accuracy, variability. Okay, we are moving in the right direction. So this matrix is very important for you to present in PSYOP beside the forecast accuracy, because forecast accuracy just give you one side of the picture, okay, or one side of the coin. Once you present this data or this visualization as well in the PSYOP call, you will get both pictures. forecast accuracy as well as variability or volatility in the forecast error. Okay, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video. Thank you. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.